that post position, they're unable to get any more insurance. So we want to be able to see through the customer in the lifetime. So we don't just want to cover them for the first time.
Thank you so much for everyone who is joining today. Good afternoon, everyone. I believe you guys have already taken your lunch, right? Think so. So I am going to share my screen. That is let me know if you're able to see it here. All right, can somebody please confirm that you're able to see my screen?
Yep, I'm able to see.
Thank you, Jagger. Thank you so much to confirm this. Once again, I would like to welcome everyone in this meeting room on behalf of Awana agency. So hopefully in the next coming 1 hour, you will get the info that you needed, especially during this pandemic. Before we going to start, I would like to have a little favor from you guys. Just if you have not renamed yourself, could you please rename your name according to your full name and / agent name? Why we are asking this? Because later we're going to have a little contest. So we would like to know who is the winner and able to deliver the voucher over to you. All right. So if you have not done so, please. Thank you so much. Okay, now moving on. Right, there are people coming in. Okay, so today we are going to have two speakers. One is myself. My name is Win. I am with AIA. Yes, in the past, I have a more than 10-year experience, especially servicing my customers, and also has been in Toastmaster, English, and Mandarin, so we can speak both language. So another speaker will be Jagger. Jagger will actually talk about the second. I heard some noise at the background. Could someone host, can you please help me to mute? Thank you so much. So the second speaker going to be Jagger. Jagger has been with AIA 6 years. So he has many young client I know. So also assisted them with a numerous claim. Recently, she talked to me about a sinus claim that is also quite helpful to share. All right, so now, before we're going to start, I just would like to understand our audience today a little bit more. Just bear with me. I would like to ask, I'm going to launch a question in pool questions. So you just click it. So it will be anonymous. So I don't know who you are, who answer what questions, but I just like to understand a little bit more on this particular one. I would like to launch this pool. Please help me to understand which company's medical card are you holding now. So you can just click the answer that you have. All right, I see some coming in. So we are getting more than 50% response, 15. Okay, so all right. Okay, I will just end the pool now because I already, okay, I still see some people still responding. All right. Okay, mostly today is our AIA customer. So yes, welcome you guys to know about your medical card. Thank you so much. I'm going to close this. Okay, now, yesterday, do you guys know what happened? FMCO just extended. Then once again, this question, how soon do you think we will be back to the usual lifestyle? This question is even become more and more uncertainty because with the announcement yesterday, although we might take it as expected, but how long it's going to be? So based on yesterday, it was like 6,000 something, close to 7,000, I would say, the reading. And also every day we actually looking at this kind of number, even though you do not go and find it yourself, you still receive from somewhere in the WhatsApp group. Every day we are dealing with the number, what is the today's score? And the highest in our record was for on 29th of May. And this will also, beside the numbers of cases, so a lot of cases become more severe, and you hear last time used to be someone on the news and become someone you know on the news. And the ICU bed, a lot of people, especially old folks, they pass away because of ICU conditions, severe condition. And a lot of you now is actually highlighting about the stay, the hospitality. So this is the things that coming up, and people start were thinking, including our AIA customer also wondering that, is our medical card covered? So we receive a lot of questions coming in, and we would like to do this workshop and help our customer, of course, people who would like to understand more about AIA insurance, to understand what is the coverage, especially if we have to stay hospital because of COVID. So this is the key concern. I know everybody, every one of you coming here just to understand what is this. What can your existing medical plan if you are with AIA? If you are not with AIA, what is the question that you should go back and ask your agent? And this medical plan you are holding, how can it protect you during this pandemic if things really happen? Apologies to some other audience that cannot understand, but this news was put up in Mandarin. So in January 27, this news came out that, all right, before that, all the COVID cases must send to government hospital. But then government hospital, it collapsed the system. So he have to move to private. And all this come out because that whether it is covered or not by the government or by personal. So here, in this news, it actually say that general exclusion, most of the insurance company do not cover COVID-19. It is because of this general exclusion. This is common in a lot of practices. However, there's one company, which is AIA, and say that, no, we actually cover this in our medical plan. It's part of our medical plan. Whereas other company in January that time, no. So AIA was the only one. Then you might question, right? So how come everybody say no and then AIA cover? This is actually regarding to one key word is called communicable disease. So as I mentioned earlier, there is a general cause. That's why it is not covered, including this communicable, which fall under the general cause. Whereas AIA do not put this outside of the exclusion. So based on the nature of coronavirus, it is fall under communicable disease. So because we do not have the exclusion, and that's why it is covered in our medical card. So around the same time when the news pops up in the news, right? At the same time, we also send out the poster to our client who are holding AIA medical card. So you can actually look at the 2 points that I already pointed out for you guys. They actually mentioned about 2 things here. First is the AIA medical plans. Hospitalization due to COVID-19 or complication from the vaccine, right, is covered by us and subject to annual limit. Just that, I have to highlight to you guys, cashless facility has not been set up yet. And because of this massive outbreak at this moment, even though it is covered, it will be on a pay and claim basis. So you might think, is it real or not? Can claim or not? Whether if I pay now, whether I can take back or not. Later, I will show you some example. Sabar, yeah? Okay. So later we will show you some example of actual claim, right? So here already mentioned, it has to be hospitalized and also cover. All right, moving on to the next one. Critical illness plan. If admit to ICU due to COVID for more than 5 days and above, it already eligible as a critical condition. And if client have this plan, critical illness plan, it can withdraw the money. So if you look at it just take a step back. If I have no money to pay such a big claim first, but if I have another critical illness plan that can give out the money and pay the claim first, so this can be complementing each other. Okay, now, so those just now from the survey, we know most of our clients are AIA, and then most of you already asked, is this covered or not? So what about other company? Here, we actually try to get the information as accurate as possible from the announcement, from their website, and based on June, this is the information. We do not review that, but I encourage you, if you are not having AIA and you are not very familiar with what are coverage in your own medical card, I urge you talk to your agent, try to understand. At least you need to know what do you have in this situation. So you have a better understanding, and also at the same time, why not take it as a refreshment, understand your medical plan better. So here you can see some company actually do not include because they have this general clause, and some company, they do come up with a cap amount. All right. Whereas for AIA, as I mentioned earlier, it will be subject to your annual limit as long as it is deemed as a medically necessary. All right. Now, since we mentioned about, yes, it's covered, and also how much some other people, other insurance company cover, then it will lead to another question is, if I have to admit hospital because I have COVID, and then how much are they going to charge me? Is it enough or not, your medical card? So that actually will further drill down through, depend how severe of the COVID symptom is. Most of us, a lot of people, you heard that they have no symptom or maybe mild symptom at all. So this category 1 and 2, most of them do not require hospitalized, or maybe at a very mild cost. So this is the most of the popularity we know is here. But what happened to category 3? So people have to admit because they need to get doctor attention and need to make sure that, okay, if things happen, goes well, somebody is there to support. So hospitalization is required, right? Mild to severe symptom without ICU. So this will be categorized as category 3 and without the incubator. So it still need to get medical treatment. So this is for under category 3. How much that going to cost? Between 7,000 to 21,000. This is what we get the information. And moving to the category 4. This is going to be one of our real claim example later. So this because it infects the lung and require ICU, the intensive care unit. So this kind of cost, how much going to be? 70,000 to 140,000. You might think, is this really needs? It actually depends how long going to stay in ICU center. Even though without COVID-19, I have clients because of mother's illness, 1 day stay spent in ICU costs about 20,000. It's not because the room itself, it is the facilities to support the life that cost more money. Of course, moving to the next one, it is really expensive because it have to go through multiple issues such as dialysis or cardio or even gastro. So the cost can up to 280 or more. It really depends how severe and how long stay in hospitalization. So this will link back to the annual limit and also the medical card limit, whether do you have enough coverage or not. If not, top up from where? Top up from personal. Okay. On top of that, we already talked about the hospitalization, talk about COVID-19 in particular. What about COVID-19 bring other relative? So COVID-20, COVID-21, or COVID-22. So we know that hundreds of years ago, there was a Spanish flu, which is creating another massive outbreak pandemic. So after 100 years, yes. And don't forget, the nearest outbreak, it was happened in Hong Kong, SARS, that time, that is also considered COVID relative. So this will again fall under the communicable disease. So other insurance with the exclusion will continue not to cover, whereas if this in AIA, we still continue to cover because of this clause that we do not have the exclusion. At least at this moment, this is what stated in the memo. Okay, you might think now, Ray, it sounds great, I know, but is it too good to be true? So people will ask around, are you sure or not? Because even though in outside, a lot of agents may have said, oh, they provide different and different information that can create different understanding. So again, we urge our client to be here to understand directly from AIA agents. So we don't talk about somewhere from the crowd night or what. We talk about actual claim. You can see the first claim in front of you is an actual case that with category 3. Do you remember category 3 with is the one with support, but it's not ICU yet. It's just a medically support, medically treatment. But how much does it cost? So if you can take a look here, 7 days, if you can, I will roughly go through 125,000. That is actually the medical card annual limit. So that is the cap amount, the annual limit of the medical card, and the room and board is 200. In this case, actually 6 days of hospital services that already cost close to 17,000, plus the room and board, and plus the post-diagnosis, it come up close to 20,000 bill. And is this claimable? Yes, AIA already fully paid. So what you are looking at it now is a settlement details. It's a statement already, it's already settled. Okay, moving on to the category 4. I promise you I'm going to share another case, right? So this is also another COVID-19 case where ICU is needed. You can take a look at the right side, looking at the 60,000 on top. So intensive unit care, 60,000 is also the annual limit for this particular insurance. So you can see here 60,000 out of 140K, 114,000 here already fully claimed in this particular insurance because it was an old medical card with the annual limit 60,000. Now this card already fully. Luckily, this auntie has another upgraded another medical card without cancer because she would like to support the niece who is in AIA insurance. So she took up another insurance. And luckily, because the first card already burst, the second card coming as a backup. So in this case, the remaining 54,000 already fully paid as well. So in total, it come out as 15,000 bill. So again, thinking about it, if we have to use ICU, if halfway of, by the way, this is 14 days, 14 days in ICU. If we have the chance to leave, and we also worry about our annual limit not enough. So if you're going to do a treatment halfway or the other half, do you think your family would like us to go through because there is a chance to survive? Have to, right? So at the end of the day, if our medical card cannot cover, so what is the top up portion? Which means the family have to fork up the top up portion or from your own saving. So this is why it is so important to review your annual limit on the periodical basis. We would like to, okay, this is something is only happening until 14 June. We have this 14 June campaign going to happen and going to end by 14. If sign up the plan during this period, home quarantine, you will get a 1,000 diagnosis covered if really happen. Remember, just previously we say that it must be hospitalized or go to the isolation center. But in this case, even home quarantine, 1K will be paid off. And also we have the 1 month premium contribution waiver, free 1 month for the first 1 year, 12 months, but you only pay 11 months. If you want to know more, just talk to the person who bring you in today. Thank you so much. Now we would like to move back to our COVID-19. So AIA is the first ever cover end-to-end COVID-19. You can see one by one, start from the left. Complication due to COVID-19 vaccine. So if any complication after vaccination, we will cover as well. Secondly, which is what I just mentioned, home quarantine also receive 1,000 cash allowance. Moving on, if hospitalized, also cover subject to your medical card annual limit. And also the last one is death due to COVID-19, that is an extra coverage. Now we talk about diagnosis, home quarantine, medical need, and hospitalized. All this we have done. And now what about post-COVID complication covered? Do you think is it covered? Yes. So based on the Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, so the post-COVID symptom actually very broad from top to toe. So all these are potential damage after diagnosis of COVID-19. And you can see the lung. This is actually the most common, well-known damage on the lung. The lung become more scar tissue than a smoker lung. And beside the adult complication, now we even hear that there is the MIS in children. So this condition also related to COVID-19 complication. So we are adult and we may have a stronger immunity. What about children? So if you have the choice, would you want to protect your children with a more comprehensive medical plan? Right? So you can think about it. And this, at this moment, this is the latest actually threatening our children's life because of COVID-19. Just now, we talked about the post syndrome, which is can be a long-term situation. AIA actually have this global medical team. It's called Medix. You can easily find all the information about Medix YouTube. So this actually provide total health solution for customers who battling with serious illness, have to go through a long treatment. So sometimes they might think, should I look for a second opinion or not? So if even though I have the second opinion, is it right or not? If the first doctor tell me I need to go for surgery and second doctor tell me go for surgery, is it a must? Do I really need to look for the third one? Am I talking to the right doctor? But not to worry, we have this actually settled in Medix. So in the coming portion, I would like to share with you about 2 minutes video. So you can actually just enjoy first.
Voice, no voice.
No voice, ah?
Yeah, the sound. Maybe you should
Uh,
adjust the sound.
Therefore,
What about now?
after gathering all the medical information and test results, we will review and assess your medical situation from the
Can
bottom
you hear?
up. If needed, we will refer you for further testing locally or abroad, send your imaging for review, and in some cases, recommend further pathology consultations. After confirming or reaching the right diagnosis, your Medix team will assess and discuss the various treatment alternatives available to meet your medical needs. We will consult on your behalf with leading specialists around the world, provide you with up-to-date information on the most advanced treatments options delivered worldwide, and together we will create a comprehensive treatment plan that fits just for you. But Medix's job does not end there. When the medical system views you as just one of their many patients, we at Medix will approach you as a unique person with individual needs. We are well aware of the emotional turmoil that comes with dealing with serious medical problems and will offer you a comprehensive support system. Our medical team will always be at your service to provide you with detailed explanations, answer all of your questions, and most importantly, to lend an ear whenever you are in need. Your dedicated medical team will keep in ongoing contact with your local treating doctor, assisting with referrals, coordinating between different specialists, and ensuring the quality and efficacy of your treatments. Upon need, we will make sure to adjust your treatment plan and will support you until full recovery. So yes, there are moments in life when it seems everything is falling apart, but Medix is here to help piece it together and get your life back on track. Medix, it's a matter of life.
Thank you. Sorry.
There are moments in life.
Sorry, just now got some technical issue. If you would like to know about this and look at the video, you can actually find it in YouTube. All right, I would like to move on to this. Remember the poster I shared just now got 2 things. One is a medical coverage under the hospitalization. The other one is what we call the income protection, because you have to fork out the money to pay and claim. If client already have this plan in their coverage and stay in ICU for 5 days and above, it already can and entitled for the claim. So the money will come out first and then to pay for the bill and subsequently claim it. So it can be complement each other. So this is how you can enhance your medical plan with this CI plan. Okay, that's all my sessions. Now I would like to pass the floor to our next speaker, Jagger Wong. Let's welcome Jagger.
Hi guys, hello. Thank you so much, Vin. So I will be taking over the session from now on. And if you guys have any questions along the way, please feel free to put your question in the chat and our team will help answer your question. All right. If you don't have the question right now, there's a Q&A session at the end as well, and you can ask me anytime. All right. Okay, let's go. Can we move on to the next slide, please? Thank you. Okay, guys. So there are a few things that you have to consider before buying a medical plan, and I've listed out here already. The 5 things include your annual limit, your lifetime limit, your deductible amount, and if there's any no claim bonus or not, and last but not least, the guaranteed renewable as well as exclusion in your medical card. I believe most of you here are holding AIA medical cards, which is good. But if you're not, please go and retrieve your policy right now. Check out what is the 5 things listed here. What are the numbers tallied to those with your policy? And then you will have a better idea of what your current coverage is, right? Next slide. Okay, so primarily there is 4 standard exclusion in all medical plans out there. The main one is this 4. Number 1, mental disorder. Number 2, pre-existing illnesses. Number 3, cosmetic surgery. And last but not least, pregnancy-related issues. These 4 are not covered under the regular medical plan. Next slide. Okay, so this is something very important that I want to highlight a little bit more about, waiting period. So when someone gets a new medical insurance policy, right, there is a waiting period. If you look on the picture above, there is day 0, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and 120 days. On the safe side, whenever you purchase a new medical insurance, anything after 120 days will be covered already. But what if something happened before 120 days? So from day 0 to day 30, accident all will be covered. Okay, there's no coverage on, let's say, high fever or let's say any major illnesses, whatnot. Dental stuff, accident-related stuff is covered. From day 0 to day 60, this is where the coverage starts for all the slightly more intensive treatments needed, but it is on a pay and claim basis. So simply put, as the customer, as the patient, you will have to fork out your own money first, pay, get the receipt, pass the receipt to your agent, and then he or she will help you process the claim. But after 120 days, all this is not needed anymore. So directly you can liaise with the hospital, liaise with the company to get a guarantee letter. You don't have to pay anything at all. But I need you guys to pay attention here. This is very, very important. Since our topic today is about AIA medical card against COVID-19. So what is the waiting period for COVID-19 treatment? You guys might ask me, but I'm going to tell you now. The waiting period for COVID-19 treatment is 30 days, which means that the day you bought, the day that the policy already started, day 0 until day 30, it is not covered. But day 31 onwards, yes, covered already. Okay, remember this, yeah, guys. This is very, very important. Moving on to the next slide. So are you already protected by a $1 million medical card? Next. Okay. Why is there, this next one is quite important as well. Why is there inflation in medical bills? Simply put, why is medical bills rising in Malaysia? Now, there are quite a few factors, and I've listed out 4 of it. Number 1 is advancement in technology to treat whatever illnesses that you have. Number 2, it is improved pharmaceuticals. So as drugs get more and more effective, it is because the pharmaceutical company pays a lot in R&D. And when they pay a lot in R&D, the drug will definitely be higher in price for them to make more money to develop new drugs for us. Number three, there are upgrades in medical procedure. So a lot of things that needed to that requires open surgery before this nowadays can be done with the keyhole surgery, which is very, very convenient, very safe, does not leave any scar on your body. And last but not least, there is increased hospital or doctor consultation fees. So this is rising simultaneously as medical bills over the years. It's been proven by all the facts. And so these are the four major causes of the inflation in medical bills in Malaysia. Next slide, please. Okay, so here we can see Malaysia's medical costs back in 2015. Let's just talk about the first one, breast cancer. If you look at the approximate treatment cost at private hospital back then, is 18,000 to 395,000. Now fast forward 10 years and you look at the estimated treatment cost, it is 62,000 onwards up to 1.35 million. And this is only breast cancer. If you guys look at colorectal cancer, lung cancer, cervical cancer, and all the other treatment out there, medical price is only rising. There has been no track record of it going down. It's only getting more and more expensive. So do not wait until it's too late. You might not get another chance to get another medical card, right? Next slide. Okay. So if you guys are looking at the screen right now, it says agent sharing, my biggest medical claim. This is not my claim. I am actually going to invite my colleague, Eric, here because this is his client's claim and he personally handheld the whole thing from the beginning until the end. Eric, take over, please. Sorry, Eric, I can't hear you, Eric.
Hola.
Yeah, back online.
Okay, Jacob, can you hear me this time?
Yep, I can.
Okay, thank you. I think my earset issue. All right, guys. Hi, afternoon. Hi, my name is Eric. I'm the unit manager of Awana. So today I'm gonna share my biggest claim in my industry, in my career for the past 15 years. Okay, this customer, she has a breast cancer. She bought with me since 2016. Okay, after 2 years later, 2018, she told me she need to go through the operation for the breast cancer, but the time is only the early stage lah. Okay, so she told me everything should be fine because for the early stage cancer, the recovery rate is quite okay, so no need so worry. But after that, the condition was not so positive. The conditions went to very bad situation. Okay, the customer need to go through the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy, and end up the customer also went in a coma situation. Okay. Initially, the customer wanted to use her corporate medical plan because she's quite high ranking in her company. So her company is providing the 80,000 annual limit for her medical card. So which means all the bill can cover up to 80,000 per annum. All right. So before she get admitted, she was informing her another colleague who is her manager, finance manager, okay, to contact me. He say if touch wood anything happen, if the annual limit from the corporate side is insufficient, then her individual, whereby her individual, she has 1.375 annual limit with AIA. So her individual medical card will kick in lah. If let's say so bad, her corporate one the limit is not enough. All right. So after that, after a few months, I received a call from the manager. Okay, the manager is named Lee. So the Lee told me, in this time, we really need the customer individual card to kick in because the bill is already up to 200 over thousand. Okay, so I was shocked. Oh my God. Now the manager only inform me the latest billing amount because the 80,000 I think is burst more than 1 or 2 months ago. Okay, so since our agency is in headquarters, so we have quite a contact we have quite a relationship with the management lah. So I approached the medical claim department, okay, the Indian lady, the person in charge. Okay, I said I have this situation. My customer need help in order to take over the medical bill. All right. But the Indian lady told me, Eric, by the procedure, we cannot just take over the case like this. The customer need to pay the claim first, okay? Then after that, I'll only claim back from us reimbursed basis lah. I tell the Indian lady, I said, you see, 200 over thousand, I don't think the customer family members can afford to pay for it. So you please think a way to see how to deal with that. Then the Indian lady told me, okay, Eric, this time is special arrangement. We will take over the claim just like that. Okay, the customer family no need to file anything lah. Just
Nothing
let
at all,
AIA
Eric.
Sorry?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all, yes.
So after the 80,000 and then the bill goes up to 200,000, that difference of 120 plus thousand, what happens then? Is the client still in hospital at that time?
Customer still in hospital, still in coma, still in the ICU, still coma condition.
Okay, okay.
So after that, I informed the colleague, the customer colleague, the lead, the finance manager. I told him, okay, everything, yeah, I will take over the bill immediately. So no need to worry. But on the second day, the customer family member received a call from Bandai Hospital. Yeah, the Bandai Hospital, the billing department urged them to pay the balance. They say they're afraid the AIA medical is not enough to cover the bill. So the customer family member, the sister lah, she called me. I said, hey, actually no need to worry because I'm sure can cover everything from AIA because the annual limit is confirmed is very enough, 1.375. Okay, so as a family member, just ignore the call from hospital. But the third day, unfortunately, the day the customer passed away. Okay, so the sister told me, the family member told me they were so upset. Why? Because the Nirvana car is already arrived in the hospital.
Okay,
but the
hearse is
hospital,
already there.
yes, but the hospital, they don't allow the body to check out yet due to they want EAA to fully settle everything.
Then only
Because
release.
You heard just me, what I'm sharing is we only take over the case in 3 days time for the 200 over bills, but the total bills at the end is 308 lah. Okay, so AIA needs sometimes to filter, to edit, to check everything, every single bills. Okay, so after I think 1 or 2 hours, AIA fully paid everything. Okay, they only allow the body to check up. So in this case, the family member didn't even pay any single cent at all. Okay, 308, everything
Covered
covered
by
by
AIA.
Yes, this is my biggest claim so far.
Okay, okay. So
Yep.
your client is with this company for how she's working in a company, right? He or she. How long has he been working there already?
I think 30 over years.
30 over years already, and he of course have company coverage all this while up to 80,000, right? They mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So after that client is diagnosed with cancer and whatnot, what did the company do following his diagnosis? The company continue to compensate after the company coverage of 80,000. Did they just let him go, or did they keep him and have like a remuneration fund, whatnot, for the family members?
That one I'm not so sure because I didn't ask so much. Yep.
Okay, okay. All right. Ken, thank you so much, Eric, for your sharing.
All right. Thank you, Jacob.
Okay. So, guys, we can see here that, medical bills unexpectedly sometimes will go up to very, very astronomical prices. And it's always better to have more to cover instead of having less and finding solution at the end, right? Moving on to the next slide. Okay, so this is a public donation news that I found before this. So it's everything in Mandarin, but I'll translate to you guys. What happened here is a 26-year-old person is actually diagnosed with AML. So AML is acute myeloid leukemia. It's a type of cancer that attacks the bone marrow in production of red blood cell, white blood cell, and also platelets. So what happened was this guy was actually in Ampang Hospital first, but then transferred over to Sunway Medical Center after that. Now this person here, guys, pay attention. He actually already have medical card, and his medical card, the coverage is up to 990,000 ringgit, which is, you know, based on normal understanding, should be more than enough already. What? However, from Sunway Medical Center, there's an excess of 90,000 bill, which the medical card does not cover anymore. In turn, this boy's family members have to ask for public donation from people out there to pay for the excess 90,000 for his treatment, right? So from this news, we can actually find out that although there is 990,000, there is a possibility that it might not be enough. Now, a slight difference of 990,000 to 1.5 million makes a whole lot of difference on a day-to-day basis when something does happen. Moving on to the next slide, please. And this is AIA's latest medical card. I'll just briefly go through these 5 things with you guys. Number 1, the annual limit for our medical card, the most popular so far, is covering 1.5 million in a year. And the lifetime limit, there is none. This is where the good part is. And deductible amount, that means how much that the client have to pay upfront when admitting into hospital. It could be 300, it could be 0. And we also have no claim bonus of 1,500 ringgit every year for a total of 10 years. And we also have guaranteed renewable. Now, I won't go through the details of all this with you. If you have any questions, go and ask the person that brought you into this talk today. He or she will go through in detail with you, as well as something in the next slide. Can we have the next slide, please, Vin? So this is the description for our medical card. If you look at the green color bracket, green color box, it is our most popular plan, Plan 200. As you can see, there's a lot of details here. Again, go and ask the person that brought you into this talk. He or she will walk you through it smoothly. Moving on to the next slide. And of course, there is 2 options for people out there who wish to get a medical card. There will be an option for you to buy a medical card. There will also be an option for you to rent a medical card. So it's entirely up to you to choose which one. But the difference between both, please, again, ask that person who brought you in today. So there's 3 things that you have to ask them. Number 1, what's my annual limit, lifetime limit, and whatnot, the 5 details. Number 2, the details in all the coverage within the medical card. And number 3, whether to buy or to rent a medical card. Moving on to the next slide. But some of you might ask, my company already provided me with a free insurance. Like my company has been paying for me all this while under the corporate plan. And I would like to remind you guys again, there's a poll question here. So do you guys know your company's medical coverage limit or not? Like if you have right now from the company, do you know or do you not know? Or does your company not provide any medical coverage at all? Please fill in the poll. Are we done with the poll, Vin?
Yep.
Yep.
Going to end the poll.
Okay, great. So the questions that you might ask, oh, okay, so most of y'all already know like what your company's medical coverage limit is. Some of you don't know, some of you do not have any. So if you guys want to find out more about your company's medical coverage, or you want to ask your company to get AIA's medical coverage, please speak to the person that brought you in today. He or she will guide you through the steps. Okay. So the question here, a lot of us might ask, my company already gave me insurance already. Why do I have to buy new ones? So there is a few questions that I need you guys to ask yourself. Please look at the screen. Number 1, are you married to your company this whole life now? Will you be there forever? Number 2, will you be retrenched or not? And what happens during the period that you are getting a new job? Okay. So company annual limit, I will not go through it again. And what if I'm unfit to work after diagnosed with a serious illness? Will my company continue to hire me? Will they pay me a one-off 3-month salary compensation? Then what? All right. And last but not least, after diagnosed with a serious illness, am I still eligible to apply for a new medical plan or not? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on the condition. Moving on to the next slide. So what do I do if I already have another company's medical card? Like I already bought from XXX company, and now that AIA is covering for COVID and all this, what should I do? So there's two options. You can either trade in your old one and get an AIA, or you can get an additional AIA medical card, which protects you during this pandemic for the whole COVID and also in the long run, right? Next slide. So the summary for this whole talk today, medical bills for COVID-19 can actually go up to north of 100,000. And we are the only company that provides coverage for COVID-19 related treatments in the market right now for private and also for government hospital. We provide coverage for communicable disease. So whatever variants in the future, we do cover. And we have a professional medical team from Medics Global providing consultation for COVID-19 treatment side effects. And two more last things I want to mention to you guys. There's a side tip in buying medical card. The 5 tips that I mentioned earlier: annual and lifetime limit, deductible amount, no claim bonus, and guaranteed renewable. And last but not least, ask your agent, should I buy or should I rent a medical card? Moving on to the next slide. So as Vin mentioned earlier, we have quite a promotion going on in June. For new people who sign up with AIA this month in June, you will be getting a 1-month premium waiver. Simply put, free 1-month insurance. And for the new clients, for everyone new clients that are unfortunately diagnosed with COVID-19, if let's say touch wood, diagnosed with COVID-19, even for home quarantine or quarantine center or hospital, AIA will be paying out 1,000 ringgit for every diagnosed case, as well as a 10,000 ringgit mourning compensation if, let's say, anyone of our new clients do pass away from COVID-19. Moving on to the next slide. And okay, this is very, very important. I believe all of you guys would have already signed up already, but if you have not, please go and sign up right now. This is something free from AIA for Malaysians. Whoever Malaysians that are in Malaysia that is about to go and take the COVID-19 vaccine jab, please sign up for this, because if, let's say, there are complications from the COVID-19 jab, say, for example, passing away from COVID-19 vaccine, AIA will be giving out 20,000 life insurance. If, let's say, touch wood, after taking the jab, have to be hospitalized because of the vaccine, every day that you're in the hospital, AIA will give 100 ringgit for up to 14 days. And the conditions for this free coverage is actually very, very broad. Look towards the right-hand side. Coverage is for people between 18 and 70 years old, Malaysians only, taking the vaccine in Malaysia before your first dose or before your final dose, and approved vaccine by Ministry of Health only. There's a 14 days waiting period, and registration will be closed on 14 June. So there is last 2 days. If you guys haven't registered, quickly go register. If you have already registered, share this good news. Get the link from your agent, share this good news to everyone around you, tell them to register. All right, moving on to the next slide, please. So a little bit of a background from Avana Group. We have actually been established in 1992 from AIA HQ, more than 29 years of experience in this industry. And we provide holistic individual financial planning services such as wealth protection, wealth accumulation, and wealth distribution. I won't go through everything with you. For more info, you guys look at the QR code under the Avana Group logo. Scan the QR code, you can head to our Facebook page and find out more about us, as well as, next slide, please, the team that is behind the whole Avana. So we are a very, very close team that's been working together for quite a long time, providing solutions to people in Malaysia. And if you look, guys, look in the middle, there is a rabbit truck. This is dedicated from Avana only. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we can't go around, but once everyone has taken their jab and everything is clear and safe, we'll be traveling around Klang Valley, spreading awareness, teaching people about insurance, as well as doing a lot of activities. So stay tuned for our next roadshow in the future. Yeah, guys? Next slide. Okay, so earlier we mentioned there will be 3 RM10 vouchers for from Touch and Go to be won with a mini contest here. Are you guys ready to type your answer in the chat box? So book out your chat right now. Listen to my voice, or Vin, listen to Vin. Vin will ask the questions. When you finish hearing the question, or if you haven't finished hearing the question and you already have the answer, quickly type in the chat box and press enter, send. So we will monitor on our end. The first 3 that gets the correct answer will be actually getting the 10 ringgit Touch and Go voucher. I'll hand it over to you, Vin.
Thank you, Jagger. Thank you so much. Yes, please, before I flip to the next slide, I want you guys actually open the chat box and just type in the answer as soon as you can. As long as it's the top 3 and you answer it correctly, then you will get the 10 ringgit voucher from us. And this is only limited to the top 3%. Are you guys ready? So I'm going to flip. So 1, 2, 3. How many days in waiting period for COVID-19 to be covered under AIA medical card? Okay, I can see.
Okay. The co-host, please pay attention to the ones answering the question. Yeah. So, Vin, continue.
We have? All right. Thank you so much. I think we might have the winner already, because I can see the chat box is blinking and blinking.
Yeah. I noticed as well.
Oh, wow. So yes, I can see the names. Ong Kang Shen. I'm not too sure. Are you guys looking at the same? Because it might be due to the connection, right? Jagger, can we cross-check Ong Kang Shen? Is it the first one appear?
Yes. Kang Seng is the first one. Second is Winnie Lam.
Winnie Lam. And also Jenny.
That one is Angeline.
Angeline, yeah, Janice is our friend. So yes, of course, she knows the answer well. All right, so congratulations to these top 3 winners. First goes to Ong Kang Shen, Winnie Lam, and Angeline Ili. Thank you so much. And means that you guys actually pay attention. So Joel, please keep their contact. So
yes, we contact you all personally later.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, all right, so it's actually our event is coming to the end soon, so we are actually on track within 1 hour. So what I would like to bring up to you is, if you are an AIA Vitality member, I believe you already received this notification from AIA, My AIA apps. So from now on, every Friday and Saturday, we will make you sweat, wet, and get perks. Yeah, we actually have a lot of prizes to be won. So if you are not aware, just look at your My AIA apps. There should be a notification there, or you can pay attention at the AIA Malaysia Facebook page. And you should able to see this. And to the coming one is actually yesterday they already have 1 session, and today 3 o'clock there is a gentle flow. So if you are Vitality member or you are interested, just log in and then try out this virtual workout, and you can gain points and also stand a chance to win the lucky draw. The next one is Awana Group. This is our internal event. If you are interested to join AIA as a life planner, if happen that during this time, if you friends or who lost a job and would like to try something new in insurance, and insurance definitely is booming, and we really need people, talents, and responsible talents that join us to share about importance of insurance and the right knowledge to share around. So please join and let them know that we have this, and join us on 25th June, which is an evening time. Okay, that's really end our session. Now we would like to open up a Q&A sessions. So Joel would like to ask you, is all the question in chat box already answered?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, thank you so much. So on top of that, all the audience on the floor, if you have any question, you are okay, you are welcome to unmute yourself and ask directly. Anyone? Any questions you would like to ask? If no, then it's okay, no worry. If you do not, maybe you still need to process is a lot of information. So the next thing, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to the person who bring you in or any of the AIA insurers you are comfortable to talk to about the coverage or anything about AIA medical coverage. And that's all from us. And thank you so much once again. Thank you to be here for spending 1 hour here with us. Hopefully you have a good level of understanding about the COVID-19 coverage versus under AIA insurance. And
by the way, guys, if any of y'all have any recommendations for our future sharing and workshop or whatnot, please tell the agent that brought you in so we can do our improvement and make it a much better and much easier experience for all of you here. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have one question from Nurita. I buy the AIA insurance which cover COVID-19 vaccine side effect at Shopee. Is it also effective for 30 days? So I believe, Nurita, you are talking about the COVID itself, the insurance, right? Nurita? Yes. Yeah, the 30 days waiting period is standard. It's actually across all medical coverage. It should be the same, 30 days coverage. So do you remember? So now you can actually go back and to check when is the enforced date. The insurance enforced date as long as within 30 days. Already after 30 days, yes, you are covered under the. Okay, so you are actually referring to the online ones. Can you share with us the one you have?
Yeah, Norita, because nowadays AI have online and offline products. Some products might be different from ours. Perhaps you can show us the policy contract that we studied for you. You can refer to your introducer also.
Yes.
Then we will
At
find
the
it
end
out
of
for
the
you.
day, it have to be within, because you say vaccine side effect. Do you mean the 7 days within the vaccine? Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, because the 7 day here, the question may be quite straightforward. And the COVID vaccination is not it's vaccination. So the vaccination is actually more towards that when you inject, and after that, how many days, as long as we know within 3 days, if you feel unwell, you need to see doctor, right? So I believe this is a question. So the coverage for the COVID-19 30 day is more on hospitalizations and the long-term complication that cause a hospitalization stay longer. So this is considered unwell, then it may be a shorter period. Please let us know, have the details. We will study and talk to you. Thank you, Nurita. Who else? Okay. All right. Thank you, Nurita, to raise that questions. Thank you. Yes. So we have 1 minute left. So if we do not have any questions, me and Jagger, thank you so much on behalf of Awana Agency. Thank you so much for your time spent with us for this 1 hour. We really appreciate that. And any more questions you have, COVID-19, let us know. And that's all. And I would like to, thank you, Strong An. So I would like to end the meeting here. So you guys feel free to leave the room.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Win. Thank you, Jagger.
Thank you.
Everyone. See you all.
See you. Okay, I think only left our people.
Is it only our people?
Ah,
Ah.
okay lah. So I
Okay.
will,
See
you
you.
can drop the line.
Yeah, okay. I'll drop. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well done, well done. Good show.